What does hell actually look like? It's a question that has haunted humanity for thousands of years. Every culture, every civilization, and almost every religion has described a place where evil is punished after death. But despite centuries of stories, paintings, and warnings, one mystery remains. What is hell really like? Is it truly a place of burning fire? Is it endless darkness? Or is it something even more terrifying than anything the human mind can imagine? For many people, hell is just a word used to scare children or control behavior. But when you open ancient religious texts like the Bible or the Quran, the descriptions become far more intense than anything found in folklore or horror movies. These texts don't talk about hell as a simple myth. They describe it as a real destination, a place prepared for those who reject truth, commit injustice, or live without any regard for divine judgment. And what's even more unsettling is this: the descriptions of hell are not vague. They are extremely detailed. Flames that never die, darkness that cannot be escaped, rivers that boil, voices crying out in regret. But before we jump into these terrifying images, we must first understand something important. Hell is not only described as a place of punishment, it is also described as a place of perfect justice. Think about the world we live in today. Every day we hear stories of people who commit terrible crimes and never face consequences. Corrupt leaders walk free. Murderers escape justice. Those who harm others often seem to prosper while their victims suffer in silence. It raises a disturbing question. What if justice never comes? What if the wicked truly get away with everything? For thousands of years, the idea of hell has answered that question. It represents a final place where every hidden action, every secret cruelty, and every act of injustice is revealed and judged. In that sense, hell is not just about punishment. It is about accountability. But the descriptions of hell go far beyond simple justice. According to many religious traditions, hell is a place so intense, so overwhelming, that even thinking about it makes the strongest believers tremble. Ancient scholars would warn their students that even a single moment in hell would be unbearable. Some teachings say that if a tiny spark from hell touched the earth, it could destroy everything we know. Others describe hell as a prison for the soul, a place where regret becomes as painful as fire itself. And perhaps the most chilling part of all is this: many texts say the people in hell will remember their life on earth. They will remember the opportunities they had to change. They will remember the warnings they ignored. Imagine realizing too late that every decision mattered. Imagine understanding the truth only after it's impossible to go back. That realization alone is described as part of the torment. But what exactly creates this suffering? Is hell really a place filled with eternal flames? Or could it be something darker, something deeper, something beyond human imagination? To answer that question, we need to explore how ancient scriptures describe the true environment of hell. Because according to these writings, hell is not just one simple place. It is far more complex than most people think. And its first terrifying feature is something that appears again and again in almost every description. Fire, but not the kind of fire we know. The fire of hell is described as something far more powerful, far more relentless, and far more terrifying. And once we begin to understand that fire, the picture of hell becomes much clearer. But it also becomes much more frightening. In the next chapter, we will explore one of the most disturbing descriptions found in sacred texts: the fire that never dies. When people imagine hell, the first image that usually comes to mind is fire. But according to ancient scriptures, the fire of hell is not like the fire we know on earth. It is something far more terrifying. Normal fire burns for a while and eventually dies out. It consumes wood, fuel, or oxygen, and when those things run out, the fire fades away. But the fire described in sacred texts behaves differently. It never dies. It never weakens. It never stops burning. In the Bible, hell is often described as a lake of fire. A massive, endless place where flames burn continuously. These flames are not ordinary flames. They are described as being powerful enough to cause unimaginable suffering. Yet strangely, they do not destroy the souls experiencing them. This creates a terrifying paradox. The fire burns, but it does not completely consume. It causes pain, but the existence of those inside it continues. This is why many scholars have described the fire of hell as eternal punishment, not temporary destruction. And this idea appears in many different religious traditions. In Islamic descriptions of hell, the fire is said to be far hotter than anything humans have experienced. Some teachings say that the fire of hell was heated thousands of times until it became darker and more intense than ordinary flames. Imagine a fire so powerful that its heat cannot be compared to any volcano, wildfire, or explosion on Earth. Now imagine being surrounded by it with no escape. But the descriptions go even deeper. Some passages explain that the fire of hell is not only physical, it is also psychological and spiritual. Think about the worst pain you have ever felt. Maybe it was physical injury, deep grief, or a moment of crushing regret. Now imagine all of those feelings combined and amplified endlessly. That is how some ancient scholars tried to explain the experience of hell. Another disturbing detail found in certain interpretations is that the environment of hell constantly renews the suffering of those inside it. In some descriptions, when the skin of those in hell is burned away, it is restored again so the punishment continues. The idea behind this imagery is not simply cruelty. Instead, it emphasizes the seriousness of divine judgment, consequence of rejecting truth and committing injustice without repentance. But there is something even more disturbing than the flames themselves: the sound of hell. Ancient texts sometimes describe hell as roaring, crackling, and raging like a massive living furnace. It is said to make terrifying noises, almost as if it is angry or hungry. Some passages even describe hell as if it is breathing, inhaling and exhaling heat and smoke. Imagine standing near a gigantic furnace the size of a mountain. You hear the roar of flames. You feel the air becoming hotter with every breath. The ground trembles beneath your feet. Now imagine that this environment stretches endlessly in every direction. But fire is not the only feature of hell. In fact, some descriptions say the experience of hell also includes darkness so deep that even the flames cannot fully illuminate it. That means hell may not simply be a place of light and burning heat. It may also be a place of suffocating darkness. And within that darkness, the cries of those suffering can be heard. Regret, fear, desperation. These sounds create an atmosphere that many ancient writers described as more terrifying than the flames themselves. But perhaps the most frightening idea about hell's fire is this. According to many teachings, the people inside hell will realize that their suffering did not have to happen. They will remember the warnings. They will remember the chances they had to change their lives. And they will understand that those opportunities are now gone forever. That realization turns the fire of hell into something even worse. Not just pain, but eternal regret. However, the fire is only the beginning of hell's terrifying environment. Because beyond the flames lies something even more unsettling. A darkness so deep and isolating that it makes the fire seem almost merciful. In the next chapter, we will explore another chilling description found in ancient texts: the outer darkness of hell. When most people imagine hell, they picture fire everywhere, flames rising, light flashing, heat consuming everything in sight. But what if that image is only part of the truth? What if hell is not just fire, but also darkness? A darkness so deep, so overwhelming, that it becomes a punishment on its own. Ancient scriptures describe something called outer darkness. And this concept changes everything we think we know about hell. Because darkness, unlike fire, doesn't attack the body. It attacks the mind. Imagine this. You are placed in a space where there is absolutely no light. Not dim light. Not shadows. Not even the faintest glow. Just complete, endless blackness. You cannot see your hands. You cannot see the ground beneath you. You don't even know if you are standing or falling. At first, it might seem peaceful, but then something begins to happen. Your sense of direction disappears. Your sense of time begins to break. Seconds feel like hours. Hours feel like years. And slowly, a terrifying realization sets in. You are completely alone. In many religious descriptions, Hell is not just about physical pain. It is also about total isolation. No comfort, no companionship, no reassurance, only yourself and your thoughts. And that may be one of the most frightening punishments of all. Because in that darkness, there is nothing to distract you from your own mind. Every memory returns. Every mistake becomes clear. Every moment you ignored truth or chose wrong comes back over and over again. Now imagine hearing voices. Not clearly, not close enough to understand. Just distant cries echoing through the darkness. People calling out, begging, regretting. But you cannot reach them. You cannot even see them. That is what makes this darkness so terrifying. It separates. It isolates. It traps. Some descriptions even suggest that the darkness of hell is so intense that it coexists with the fire. That means there may be regions of hell where flames burn, yet the darkness still dominates. A place where you feel heat, but see nothing. A place where fear grows, not because of what you see, but because of what you cannot see. Think about how fear works in real life. Often, it's not the visible danger that scares us the most. It's the unknown, the unseen, the feeling that something is there, but you cannot confirm it. Now imagine that fear stretched into eternity. That is the kind of environment ancient texts warn about. But the darkness of hell is not just physical. It also represents something deeper, separation from God. In many religious teachings, God is described as the source of light, guidance, and truth. So what happens when that light is completely removed? What remains is darkness, not just around you, but within you. A state where hope no longer exists, where clarity is gone, where the soul feels empty, lost, and abandoned. And this is what makes the darkness of hell so powerful. It is not just about what you cannot see. It is about what you no longer have. No peace, no direction, no escape, only the weight of existence itself. But there is something even more disturbing. Some interpretations suggest that people in hell will move between different forms of suffering, from fire to darkness to something else entirely, which means the experience is not static. It changes, it intensifies, it adapts, and just when it seems like nothing could be worse than the darkness, another layer of suffering begins, because hell is not silent. It is filled with sounds that echo through its depths. Sounds that reflect pain, regret, and desperation. And once you hear them, you can never forget them. So, what does hell actually look like? After everything we've explored, the answer is no longer simple. Hell is not just one image. It is not just fire. It is not just darkness. It is all of it combined. A place where fire never dies, burning endlessly, without relief. A place where darkness surrounds everything, isolating, confusing, and suffocating. A place filled with sounds of torment, cries, screams, and regret echoing without end. But the most terrifying part of hell is not what it looks like. It's what it feels like. Because hell is described as a place where every form of suffering comes together at once. Physical pain from the flames, mental suffering from isolation, emotional torment from regret. And that regret, that may be the worst part of all. Imagine remembering your life clearly. Every decision, every moment you ignored a warning, every chance you had to change, and realizing it's over. No second chance, no way back, no escape. That realization becomes part of the punishment. Not for a moment, not for a day, but forever. And this is where the true meaning of hell begins to reveal itself. Because beyond the fire, beyond the darkness, beyond the sounds, hell represents separation. Separation from peace. Separation from hope. Separation from God. In many teachings, God is described as the source of light, comfort, and truth. So what happens when that presence is completely removed? What remains is emptiness. A place where nothing good exists anymore. No relief, no love, no mercy. Only existence, without purpose. And that is why some scholars say hell is not just a physical place. It is also a state of being, a condition where the soul experiences the full weight of its choices. But this raises one final, important question. Is hell meant to be taken literally, or are these descriptions symbolic? Some believe the fire, darkness, and suffering are real and exact. Others believe they are powerful images meant to help the human mind understand something beyond its limits. Because how do you describe a reality that no human has ever seen? You use the strongest images possible. Fire, darkness, pain. Whether literal or symbolic, the message remains the same across these teachings. Actions have consequences. Life is not random. Choices matter. And what we do now can shape what comes next. But here's the part many people overlook. The purpose of these descriptions is not just to scare. It is to warn, to remind, to give people a chance to reflect before it's too late. Because as long as someone is alive, the story is not finished. The ending has not been written yet. And that means something powerful. It means the future is still open. The path can still change. So maybe the real question is not, what does hell look like? Maybe the real question is, am I on a path that leads there, or away from it? Because in the end, hell is not just a place people talk about. It is a possibility, and understanding it might be the very thing that helps someone avoid it.